Hello, everyone. It's Kathleen once again, back with Treehouse Blues, memories of big family life on the move in the 1950s. This episode occurs when we had just moved to Silver Spring, Maryland. I was 6. It is called Kathleen. Kathleen. It was a beautiful name. I closed my eyes and savored the sensation on my tongue and teeth as I breathed the word. Mommy and I stood outside Silver Spring Grammar School, stamping our feet to keep warm. Today was January 3rd and a whole lot colder than San Antonio, Texas. Because school rules about birth dates vary from state to state, I was now permitted into first grade, whereas in Texas I was not. One consolation for the big move was the name change. Because everyone mispronounced my name, Mommy finally saw the light. Now that we're in a new place, why don't you be Kathleen? No one will ever know anything different. So happy. Suddenly, the classroom door burst open, disturbing my reverie. A stern-eyed blonde woman frowned at us. "You're late!" The chaotic classroom stretched behind her, overflowing with chattering strangers. Miss McKinley ushered me frostily inside. I craned around just in time to see Mommy's face disappear behind the firm hand on the swiftly shut door. My skin itched hot and cold. My throat felt dry. For a second, the chatter stopped. "This is our new girl, Kathleen. She has never been to first grade, but she is joining us for the rest of the year." All eyes stared as one. One boy cranked his head sideways and twisted his mouth at me. Now I wish they would all talk again. I followed Miss McKinley to my designated seat. Towards noon, as if to an unspoken signal, the rustle of papers grew louder around me. One girl leaned towards me. "Psst, did you bring a lunch?" I nodded. Just then a bell clanged. Desktops rose and lowered as the odor of bologna and peanut butter mingled in the air. Milk appeared out of nowhere on the teacher's desk. Several children filed forward to claim it. "Who wanted ice cream today? Please come see me." I watched 2 boys and a girl spring out of their seats and trot up front. Nobody else? So rich and creamy. I'd like some. I untangled my legs and leapt from my chair. I strode forth to obtain my prize. But Miss McKinley merely stared down at me. "Did you think you were getting ice cream?" I nodded, uncertain now. No. You have to order it." A rousing chorus of titters grew into a roar behind me, warming my back. I wheeled around and beelined to my seat, eyes glued to the floor. I studied the round, empty inkwell cut into my wooden desk, tracing its rough-hewn edge with my finger. When will the day end? That afternoon, I colored while the rest of the girls and boys labored over phonics. Miss McKinley moved me to a desk on the far right side of the room, an empty expanse all around me while she worked with the others. This became the daily routine. I told Mommy about it as she stroked her ballooned belly, eyebrows lowered, her face growing redder and redder all the while. The next day a knock came to our door. Mommy opened it. "What's Miss McKinley doing here?" She carried a huge pile of papers. "Here, is this what you want? See what you can do with her." She shoved the papers into Mommy's arms, then turned on her heel and huffed away. Mommy stared after her, speechless. Day after day, after school, I practiced phonics on those papers with Mommy while still coloring in the classroom. Mommy and I played school, just like we had done at home in Texas when I was too young to be in that first grade. Oh, the one highlight of my school day glowed brightly, reading. Of course, Miss McKinley didn't know I could read. She never asked. Every day at 2:00, we broke up into our reading groups, the robins, the blue jays, and the sparrows. She placed me in the smallest group with only 4 boys and 1 girl, that being me. Each boy in turn stumbled through the obstacle course of words in our reader. I alone sat silent, hearing the words in my head, never saying them aloud. My turn never came. But at last a reprieve. Miss McKinley mysteriously did not appear one morning. A substitute, Miss Turner, took over. Tall, thin, salt and pepper hair pulled back in a bun. She nodded pleasantly to me after the last boy had read in our reading group. Me? She means me? I took a breath and quietly read the page as if nothing had happened. The next afternoon, on Miss McKinley's return, we regrouped with the sparrows. Miss McKinley cleared her throat and began. Boys, I understand that Kathleen read yesterday. Did you know she could read? All heads shook in reply. I didn't know she could read. Her eyes bore into me, piercing me down to the bone. And by the way, boys, did you know that Kathleen's name is not really Kathleen? Ding, 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 ding! Warning, warning! A red light flashed inside my head and pulsed its beat up and down, inside and out of my body. No, she will not say this. She can't. Her name is Cathay. My chest heaved, my breath spurted in short bursts, my eyes watered. She didn't. How could she? Mommy promised no one would ever know. 8 beady eyes stared at me, dumbfounded. Huh? What kind of name is that? Ew! I took a huge breath and gulped, gazing down at the floor beside my shoe. Oh, to be Alice in Wonderland and fall down, down into that deep, dark well. Never again did I read aloud that year. But when the official testing was graded in June, I surprised them all by my promotion to 2nd grade. And when the new school year rolled around, I heard Miss McKinley was not asked back. Thank you. Until next time, we'll see you once again.